and he was a Vanilla Ice freak.
Oh yeah.
And our job was to torment him. Like we would just fucking, we would just.
Who gave you this
we
job?
We would tell him like, listen, fucking, what's a black dude with the baggy pants?
Oh, MC Hammer.
Yeah, we go listen, Hammer.
Yeah.
Would fuck up Vanilla Ice, and he would lose his mind. Like he would pull his hairs out. He'd fucking cut his own skin.
I was junior high when Ice Ice Baby came out, and I literally thought it was the best song I'd ever heard in my life. I knew I could do the dance. That was like Run DMC, Tougher Than Leather. I got that, and then Fat Boys. I was one of the rare people that had a Fat Boys cassette. Remember the song Jelly Roll? It's like one of the worst. I eat it, I need it, Jelly Roll. Well, it's good for the heart, the body, and soul. I eat it, I need it, Jelly Roll. Just like this corny ass shit.
That shit was terrible. It really was
terrible. But I thought it was the coolest. I remember playing Fat Boys.
If you're 12 and 13,
it's the best shit I'd ever heard.
And you're like, this is the coolest thing. And then you listen to it when you're 16 and you fucking throw the album away.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, give it to mom, give this to blind kids or some shit that don't know.
And what a weird era where it's like, NWA's debut album wasn't far behind. It was right around there. And Ice-T with like Body Count and stuff like that. So there was like hard-hitting real shit at the same time as I eat it, I need it, Jelly Roll.
This one was right around the corner.
Oh yeah, that was the first. That's one of the first CDs I ever bought.
Yeah,
when I went to tapes and CDs.
It's crazy when you look at it and you saw the whole thing. And I really saw it in New York. I was a kid.
Oh yeah,
I'm an old fucking man, so I saw the disco go from disco to fucking
like Sugar Hill Gang and all that kind of stuff.
Like I still remember doing an 8-ball one night when I was 16.
Yeah,
and we listened to that hop.
Oh yeah.
We listened to that over and over from 11 o'clock till 6 in the fucking. It's the only album we had in the house. That's all we listened to. In fact,
early Cool J, like when he was like 16. He didn't come out too far after, or like 85 or something. 84.
By that time, I was gone. I was mugging people.
Not to change the subject, Joey, but how many people have you sent to like mental institutions? I can't believe you said this guy was cutting himself.
Oh my god!
What are you talking about?
Let me tell you something. Let me explain something to you. I was thinking as I was telling Dan Cummins, I had the weirdest thing happen to me for years. People trusted me with their kids. I don't know what the fucking thing was, and I'm great to kids. I'm great with kids. Josh Wolf's kid will testify to it. Josh Wolf will tell you.
This is a weird subject to go into after sending people to mental institutions.
But this was the deal. I kind of babysat him, and his mom would work at Albertsons, and they knew I was struggling, and they were struggling, so we would help each other out. So the struggle was. They would lend me their car at night to go do a gig if I would watch the kids. No, this is before Josh Wolf.
Okay.
This is really open mic days.
Okay.
In Denver, and I would watch their kids. And they had a 5-year-old kid. And I loved him like he was my fucking son. And I would get Chinese food and we'd watch Bruce Lee movies. And he would ask his mother, please, let Uncle Joey watch. So he started getting older. And he liked football. So we would play football in the I would clean out the living room. And we would play fucking football. I watched that kid for years. And he would always carry the ball out. So right before he'd score, I'd just take the ball out of his hand and I'd go fumble. And he'd go, you cheated. You cheated. And this was constantly. So he would fucking go to the room and go, fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to play with you again. But the next day we'd be out there tackling each other.
Right.
And one day we were playing football and I knocked his tooth out.
Just preparing him for the game.
He had to be about 10. And I knocked his fucking tooth out.
How old were you?
I had to be in my fucking 28 or something. He still calls me Uncle Joey. I just talked to him when I was in Denver.
He just has a fake tooth?
So, I don't know
was it a baby tooth or grown-up tooth?
I think it was a baby. I think he was a little younger, but he loved me and I loved him. And then I moved to Seattle and then I moved to Los Angeles and Josh Wolf just had a kid. And she had to work and Josh had to fucking work. And I slept on Josh's couch and he would say, listen, you gotta watch the fucking kids.
Yeah.
That's part of the fucking deal. And I still remember me being at the Comedy Store one night and getting a call from one of my friends saying, hey man, I have a problem over here. I'm watching Josh's kid and he won't stop fucking crying. Josh, I called Josh, but he's too far away with his wife. Can you come over?
Yeah.
And I had to drive over to there. And like they were watching TV and playing like baby music. He didn't like that. He liked how I put him to bed. I put on fucking Sublime. And dance with him to Sublime.
Yeah.
And dog, within 2 minutes, Josh, you interview Josh Wolf. He'll still tell you from today. Because Malia, his wife, was a bigger woman. And she had big fucking jugs of debt. And she was warm-blooded Thai and Swedish.
Okay.
So she was bigger. And I think at that time I was a bigger guy. And I don't know what it was. He loved me. Jacob till this day.
Yeah.
I'm his Uncle Joe. You know, yeah. And the girl too.
Yeah.
Because the girl at that time had to be 3. So she had a brother that was 5 that would torment her. And every time I'd catch him fucking tormenting him, I would fucking tell Josh, or I'd squeeze his ear. Or I'd poke him in the side, or I'd do something to him. But I had them all, like after they fart, they'd go by ya. So if you farted around Josh's kids, they would go by ya. You know what I'm saying? Like the little one, the girl still calls me Uncle Joe. And I still remember being in the car with her and Josh one day. And she was in the car seat. And she was the cutest little thing. And we're driving on Vista between Sunset and what's the street that you could drive on when you're drunk? Fountain.
Yeah.
Fountain. It's Kennison said that you could drive on Fountain when you're drunk years ago. And so we're driving down that street and there's a homeless guy. And he's walking across with a cart, but he's taking his time. And he looks at Josh Wolf, and Josh Wolf has to actually brake the car. And the guy looks at Josh, and all of a sudden Josh goes, under his breath, he goes, fuck you. And all of a sudden there's silence in the car, and the little girl goes, I can't wait till I can grow up and say fuck. Because fucking, she was always around me. And
sure.
We tried to control her, but I was always, for some people, for some reason, the weirdest people trusted me with their kids. The reason why I'm thinking
you got good energy. You got good energy. See, I feel like this is going to be a dark story, which is going to end with like she's in a mental institution now.
No.
This is
But I would fuck with them.
Yeah,
I'd fuck with them. You got to torment.
I fuck with my kids. I fuck with my kids.
You got to torment them, or not? They'll torment you.
Yeah,
you got to torment them from time to time.
What do you mean?
Like torture them, like play.
I scare the shit out of my son. My son, he's jumpy, he's twitchy. Oh, it's just the best reaction. It's so rewarding. Where it's just like you sneak up on him when he's like nervous in like a dark area.
We're going in like fucking Marines. You understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.